India, France, and Austria joined a growing list of countries today that have suspended postal shipments to the United States over its import tariffs. Over the weekend, several other nations, including Germany, Denmark, Sweden, and Italy, all stopped shipping nearly all of its merchandise to the United States. The United Kingdom, for its part, says it will follow suit on Tuesday. This comes as an exemption that allows packages costing less than $800 to come into the U.S. duty-free, and it's set to expire on Friday. Now, letters, gifts, and small packages worth less than $100, they will still remain exempt. For more on this, let's bring in CBS News senior business and tech correspondent Jo Ling Kent. Jo Ling, thanks so much for being with us here. Over the last decade, the number of low-value parcels entering the country, they climbed to nearly $1.4 billion. So why are these countries suspending most of their shipments now to the U.S.?
Yeah, so it's 1 point something billion, the number of packages coming in under de minimis, right? And then 60% actually are coming from China. So when you look at what's happening and why all of these countries are either pausing or stopping their shipments to the U.S., it's because there's a lot of confusion and lack of clarity, they say, on what they should do in terms of how to handle all of the new rules. And so this has been a loophole that's been in effect since 2016. It goes out of effect essentially on Friday. And DHL, the big shipper, the express shipper from Germany, really summed it up. And they basically say Deutsche Post and DHL Parcel Germany will temporarily suspend. You can still do DHL Express for those more expensive shipments. But I thought DHL really summed it up well. They said the key questions remain unresolved, particularly regarding how and by whom customs duties will be collected in the future. And DHL goes on to say how the data transmission to the U.S. CBP, Customs and Border Patrol, will be carried out. All of those are still big questions. That's why they're putting a pause. And they're just one country of so many that have now said, OK, we've got to suspend for a second and figure out what to do.
There could be massive ramifications from all of this. How will this affect manufacturers in those countries as well as buyers here in the U.S.? I can imagine a lot of people wondering what's going to happen to all my packages.
Yeah, especially if you're shopping, say, on Temu and other companies that are shipping from China, your stuff could very much be affected. It could either get more expensive or perhaps you can't get it if you're ordering from certain countries in Europe. But these companies, these manufacturers, the ones who are sending and depending on de minimis under $800 packages, have been depending on this loophole for a long time. So you could see some of those manufacturers, at least in the short term, take a hit. But if you're ordering, you can expect to see perhaps more warnings, more changes as you hit that checkout page on a website or on an app as to how much something will really cost or if you can get it at all.
All right, Jo Ling Kent, thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.